Okay, let's just jump right in. Imagine an AI, but not just an assistant, right? Something more like a true co-pilot. An AI that can take a simple idea of yours and actually build a complex project with you, side by side. That's exactly what we're diving into today.
And look, this isn't just some far-off promise. For some people, it's already here. Just take a look at this quote from a power user named Nick Sarayev. He says this tool gives him productivity benefits worth $10,000 to $15,000 a month. And get this, he calls it his second brain. I mean, that's not just a small efficiency boost. That's a complete game changer.
All right, so let's properly introduce this thing. We're talking about your new AI copilot, Claude Code. And I want to be super clear. This is not just another chatbot. We're talking about a fundamental shift from just telling an AI what to do to actually building with an AI partner. Okay, to really get a feel for how powerful this is, we've got to see it in action. And we're going to look at a pretty wild example. I mean, what if I told you that you could build a beautiful, complex, even an award-winning website, not by writing code, but by starting with just a single screenshot?
So that's the challenge right here. The goal is to recreate a pixel-perfect, fully functional website from nothing more than a single screenshot. Now just think about that for a second. For a human developer, this could take hours, maybe even days of painstaking work.
So how in the world does it pull this off? Well, it's not magic, but it kind of feels like it. It's all about this self-correction loop. First, you give it the reference image. Then, the AI takes a crack at it, building version 1. But here's the clever part. It then takes a screenshot of its own work, like a little selfie, and compares that to the original image you gave it. Then it spots the differences and refines its work. It just keeps doing this, over and over. And this chart really shows you just how fast that loop works. I mean, on the very first try, pass 1, it's already 80% accurate. That's pretty amazing on its own. But then it does that self-correction thing, and on pass 2, boom, 95%. By the third pass, it's at 99% accuracy. It's learning and improving at a speed that's, well, it's just not human.
And this brings us to the real secret sauce here. The value isn't that it's perfect on the first try. It's not. The real power is the sheer speed of this task, do, verify loop. It can try something, check its own work, and try again hundreds or thousands of times faster than a person ever could.
Okay, that's cool for one task, but how does it stay on track with a really complex project? You know, how does it not get lost or forget what it's supposed to be doing? Well, there's a secret component that acts as the project's memory. You could even call it the project's second brain.
And here it is. It's a special file called claud.md. Honestly, you can just think of it as the brain of your project. It's the very first thing the AI reads on any task. It gives it all the context, the rules, and the high-level instructions it needs to get started.
The best way to think about this is like steering a massive ship. Without this project brain, it's like you're constantly yanking the wheel back and forth, trying to stay on course. It's unpredictable, you make a ton of errors, and you waste effort. But with the claud.md file, it's like making one tiny, smart course correction right at the beginning. You stay focused, consistent, and you end up exactly where you wanted to go, miles down the line.
All right, so now let's zoom out a bit, because this incredible iterative power isn't just for building websites. You could apply this same idea to pretty much any kind of complex knowledge work. It's like you're building your very own team of AI specialists.
And this is a really important point. This technology isn't just for building things. It's for thinking through problems. The real game changer is using this whole process, the self-correcting, context-aware system, not just to do the work, but to help you figure out the strategy in the first place.
And you can actually build out a whole team of these AI sub-agents. Think about it. You can have a researcher sub-agent go out and gather all the information you need without cluttering up your main workspace. You can have a code reviewer that critiques the work with a totally fresh, unbiased eye. Or a QA tester that automatically looks for bugs. It's literally like having a whole specialist team at your beck and call. So what else can you do? Well, you can teach it skills. A skill is basically just a reusable set of instructions. Think of it like a standard operating procedure or an SOP for the AI. You spell out a complex, multi-step workflow just one time, and from then on, you can just tell the AI to run that skill, and it'll do the whole thing automatically. Here's a great real-world example that has nothing to do with code, a skill called Shop Amazon. You can literally turn the AI into your own automated personal shopper. You tell it what you're looking for, and it will go find products, compare them, and get a list ready for you to buy. It automates what could be hours of tedious research.
Okay, so let's get to the big question. What does all of this actually mean? What is the future of building stuff with this technology? What does it mean for you, whether you're a creator, an entrepreneur, or really just anyone who wants to get more done?
Well, let's circle all the way back to that quote from the beginning. That $15,000 a month in productivity gain, that's not just some random number. That's the real, tangible result of putting all of these pieces together. The fast self-correction loop, the project brain, the team of AI agents. It's about fundamentally changing what one person is capable of achieving.
And that's really the big takeaway here. This is so much more than a tool just for developers. It's a whole new way to augment our own creativity and productivity. It's about empowering anyone with an idea to actually build it, to test it, and to make it better, faster than we ever thought possible.
Look, technology like this completely lowers the barrier between having a great idea and actually bringing it to life. So really, it all comes down to one simple but very exciting question. Now, what will you build?